So now we just want to share with you some ideas and tips that could be useful for you in the guidance of how to complete your application. So first of all, just to let you know, probably most of you already know, but we have designed a lot of resources to support you in the development of the application. All of them are in our website, but also you can find in the Flexigram platform. So you will find a guidance is an essential one just to check if your organization and the project you have in mind, it could be eligible. So the essential information is more a quick view to check if you can continue thinking about applying. And if yes, then you can have the complete guide for applicants. That is the most complete information you can find to understand very well what are we looking for in the projects. Then you also have the finance guidance where you can check all the things related to the budget, how to split the budget, and all the rules that are connected to that. Also, you have a document with everything what Nico has explained today, the monitoring, evaluation, and learning guidance. You will find most of the concepts and ideas that Nico has shared also to complete also the information with the webinar. And for this year, we have created this gender equality, disability, and social inclusion guidance that will also help you to understand how to integrate JETSI ideas into your project and MEL evaluation and everything. And finally, in case you need some support on understanding how to use the platform for the application that it's called FlexiGrant, you have a FlexiGrant guidance. So we will recommend you to have a look on all these documents. It's a lot of information, but also a lot of useful and helpful ideas and information that will help you to complete your form and your application as better as possible. So if we go to the next slide, just to let you know that we already have, this is the second webinar we had for the partnership grants. The first one is already in our channel in YouTube. And that one is going to be also uploaded to our channel. And we still have one extra webinar that it's going to happen the 12th of March. And it will be focused on the frequently asked questions that we have received last year and this year, but also sharing some of the common mistakes that we had identified from the last round. So we encourage you to participate to the last webinar also, 12th of March, and review the last webinar in YouTube. So now just some tips to share with you. The first are come from Sophie Bembo, who is the expert committee chair. And after the review of the last round one applications, she has some ideas to help you to make a good application. So first of all, partnerships matter, as it has been said by Valentina and Nico. The partnerships is not just to invite someone to the project to have an extra organization. It's need to involve that organizations in the development of the proposal and them to understand very well the project also. And I think this is one of the most important things that we review in the interview in the stage 2, to see what is the real connection that you have with all the partner organizations in the local country. So partnerships matter. Also thinking about how to increase the capacities in your team. So bring organizations that has another expertise in other areas, and maybe that could arrive to different stakeholders that could be useful to increase or stronger your project. Then sustainability of the project is key. Also try to focus on logic in your proposal. Be realistic with your objectives. So even if we are trying all the time to do a lot of things with some amount of money, I think it's very important, because it's part of the things that the committee of experts review, that you really can manage the objectives that you are proposing with the budget that you're asking for and the time that you have. Then it's important to consider all the risks that your project could face and how are you going to go through them. What kind of solutions you propose for this risk that could happen. Then, as I say, read the guidance. All the tips are there, all the ideas are there. So it's very important to take the time to read the guidance daily. And finally, consider how ocean might help reduce poverty and contribute to marine protection, and the same way for both, like how to integrate those both ideas, including jet sea concept, to develop a project that is under the interest of Ocean Grant Program. You will find more of this advice from the expert committee in our website in the tab Knowledge and Learning. There is a couple of blogs that we have developed with some of the expert part of the committee after the review of the proposal. So maybe some advice and ideas will be found there. And some of them, just to share with you, some of these top tips. First of all, when you are planning and preparation, please plan ahead. Don't leave it to the last minute. Gather required documents early because some of them could take time. It depends of other external organizations. So maybe just an advice is like to read all the documents that you will need, and as a first move, try to get all these documents, or at least ask for all these documents that you will need from other organizations and from your own. Review the entire application before starting, so you will recognize in which section you want to share what kind of information, and don't repeat the information in every section. And finally, follow the checklist and guidelines. We have done a checklist at the end of the form that it will be so useful for you to review if you have completed all the sections, but also if you have uploaded all the documents that are required. About how to write, the clarity and precision is key. So write clearly and avoid jargon. Answer the exact questions asked. Please focus on your answers. Stay within word and page limit, and this is very important that you have a limit of word and limit of page for the documents you can upload. So keep that in mind. Use subheadings for clarity in case you think it could be useful. And related to the quality and consistency of your proposal, ensure that all materials are aligned with the application. So as Nico said, not just between every question that you need to be aligned, but also with the documents that you present as financial accounts or other materials that are required. Please be sure that the names are the same, that the amounts are the same, and make it easier to review, and thinking about that everything is aligned. I think that it's important to assume that the reviewer has not prior knowledge in the specific context of your project. So think about how to explain your proposal, how to explain the problem you want to face with your project to someone who is out of the context. And I think that's something very useful to realize if your project is well understanding. Just ask someone, if you have the opportunity, ask someone out of the team to check if the proposal is well understood and if it's well developed in the understanding of the process, the problem, and how it's going to be the impact of your project. Talking about document management, once you start your application, that I hope that most of you have already started, save the progress regularly in the FlexiGrant. And if you need, use the word for offline collaboration. You also can do the collaboration online. But in case you use the offline collaboration and then you bring back all this information into the FlexiGrant, just be sure about the word limit that we said before. And you will have some places to upload some documents, but please attach only the required documents, and don't share with us documents that are not related to the things we are asking for, because those are not going to be reviewed. And also the documents also have a limit of page, so take that in mind. And finally, be realistic, as we said, focus on what is essential for your project, for the impact you want to have. And don't hesitate to ask for clarification. We're going to be here through the help desk email to answer any question you could have. And as we said, we also have another extra webinar just focused on questions and answers. So I think if we go to the last slide, here is the help desk email that probably most of you already know, and some of the social media that you can follow us. now we are starting to open the Instagram account also to share with you the projects that has been granted this year. So just in case you want to be updated about news and deadlines and everything.